It's a red light. What does that mean?
Record.
Oh, okay.
Red means record.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. It's
Welcome
Karen.
to Berry Mountain.
It's Saturday, September 26th, 2015, and we have just done our hard pull on the garden site today, and we are now back at the cabin, relaxing in front of our first fire of the season.
Yes, it was in the 50s in the cabin and outside of the cabin, and so we're having our first fire. It's very nice and toasty. Today would have been my father's 88th birthday, so I just want to say happy birthday, Dad, up in heaven.
Happy birthday, Pete. We miss you. All right, so what do you want to talk about?
Well, it was 2 acres of complete devastation, but we had 3 terraces put in, and of course the forces of nature have already started eroding them, places where it dipped down or something like that. So today we spent some time sort of damming the dam, making little dams so that the terraces would hold the water. And then we put more seed down. The seed we put down 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago.
No, it was last week.
Last week.
Yeah.
Has already started sprouting. So that was very exciting, seeing all those green little plants, even though we had to destroy a lot of them.
We did. Well, the seed mix that we got was from our southern states. It's like a wildlife food plot mix. It's called the Wildlife Fall Food Plot Mix, and it's got barley and rye and vetch and wheat and oats and all that good stuff. So
Does it have any Timothy in it?
no Timothy.
That's
No.
that's bullshit.
So yeah, so this is what we're going to start calling this is Happy Hour at Berry Mountain. And so we're going to do these little video clips sort of telling you what we've done up on the homestead this week as happy weekend homesteaders for the moment.
Happy hour at
Happy
Berry
hour.
Mountain.
All right, so the thing is...
Later on, it'll be Berry Mountain After Hours. Family show.
Not on YouTube. Okay, so the thing is, so right now we are weekend homesteaders. We only come up here on the weekends for the most part, though about a month ago we came up for 7 full days, and our cabin up here is off-grid. There's no power, no grid power. We have a generator and we have solar panels, and we'll show you some more of that later. And we have no running water. So it's an adventure to come up here. It's like glamorous camping. So we are...
Glamping.
I hate that word. I really hate that word. It's so unpleasing. So, glamorous camping.
Glamping.
We have spent the past 2.5 years making our little hunting cabin that came with the property comfortable. And it's happy hour, I guess. And
That.
Pete. Now we are actually making some real movement on terraforming the mountain to become a self-sustaining homestead teaching center for permaculture. So now we have at the end of July and most of August, we had our land cleared, and now we are dealing with the effects thereof, which... Why don't you talk about what we contracted our contractor to do and what actually happened?
Well, ideally he was going to clear the land, and he was going to take away all the logs and, chip all the branches. We were going to have a huge mountain of chips. Well, pretty much everything broke. The chipper broke. We got a lot of chips, but then the chipper broke and it never came back. And then all the chainsaws started breaking, and he did the best we could. At the end, just to get him off the mountain, I said, hey, why don't you build us a big pond? And he did. About 75 feet by about 50 feet. So that's going to be a big pond at the very top. So that'll be kind of sort of a gravity-fed fertigation pond for all of our agriculture. But, he left us a big mess in the forms of just big piles of trees. Yeah. But it's a finite job to clean that up.
We are making progress every single day.
And the good news is that, all that's carbon. Mm-hmm. And he left us all this carbon. And now what we're doing over the next however long it takes us is we're moving that carbon from the piles where they are to, the places where we're going to grow things, because we have the time to let all that carbon, all that wood break down and rot into nice, rich soil.
Right. Yeah, originally our contractor thought it would take 4 days to clear that land and get everything done, and it took him over a month. And
he lost his shirt.
That poor guy. I mean, the thing is,
I hope we didn't bankrupt him.
I really hope we didn't. But the thing is, it cost. He gave us a quote to clear 2 acres of land with thousands of trees for almost exactly what it would have cost to have 1 tree removed back in our suburban real homes.
$6,000.
Yeah. So it
was a deal. Well, all the work we got, it was a deal, but a lot of work was left for us. But like I said, the double-edged sword is, yes, he left us a big mess, but he left us all this great carbon that we can,
and that was
move
what
around
I
and
was worried
sequester.
about originally was, we were just going to scrape that land and it would just be a desert.
Yeah, we were going to pull rotten logs, out of the woods. That was what we were going to use to build our beds and to build our soil. We can't really dig into the soil to build it. We have to build the topsoil on top of what's there. Mm-hmm. So, it's a process, but it's a finite amount of land, and it's manageable, but it's going to be a big job, and it's going to take us a while, but we got time.
We do. Our plan is not to probably be out here full-time for another 5 years, so the reason why we're seeding it with all this wildlife seed because we don't have our goats now, and we don't have our chickens and our ducks and our rabbits now, but the fact is, this land is chock full of deer, it's chock full of wild turkey, it's chock full of rabbits already. So we're hoping that they'll come in and almost like do rotational pasturing in the time between now and the time we're actually here with our own animals and, eat all the seeds and poop all over the place and fertilize the soil. And right. So that's the plan, and for $50 a bag of the seed from southern states, it seemed like a reasonable investment to do it now like this, and since we're not here to tend it during the week, it seems like it's probably just we'll see how that works. You can stay tuned and find out, but we've already got sprouts and it's starting and we just need to hold the soil that we do have. So.
Right. Everything we're doing is labor intensive, but capital minimal, right? Because we've got labor and we've got time, but we don't have a lot of capital. So we're putting in the sweat equity to build this thing into our ultimate homestead.
And we're doing as much of this major physical labor now because we're not getting younger.
I am.
I am too, actually.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Doesn't she look great? Doesn't she
For
look
60. Great? So anyway, that's it sort of for this week. We only got about 2 or 3 hours out. Like I said, it's cold. It's just started to rain. Yay for the seeds.
Plus it was hard labor. When you're doing hard labor, shovels, moving dirt, that's hard labor. And about 2 hours is, you've gotten a good workout. Something people would pay hundreds of dollars for at a fancy gym in New York City.
It's like Farm Fit instead of CrossFit.
Yeah, Farm Fit, right.
If you want to come and pay us to get you in shape, you're welcome to come, and we will make you a friends and family deal.
Come on up, right. We would love to have people come up and help us, but no one really seems interested in that, and I don't blame them, really.
When it's awesome, they'll come up.
Yeah.
And then we'll charge you.
When it's all set, right. All right.
All right. Okay.
That's it.
Until next week. Have a great week.
Have a great week.
Bye, everybody.